I've seen sellers lose 40% of their organic traffic in the first 30 days after migration because of one mistake. Moving from Amazon to Shopify is one of the best moves you can make for your long-term growth, but mess it up and you losing your SEO, your customer base, and your sanity. I've spent over 17 years in e-commerce helping businesses grow 7-8 figures. And today I will help you with this ultimate checklist of how to migrate, how to do inventory sync, how to import reviews, and to do hidden technical steps most people completely forget. We have 9 phases, and I'll tell you which ones you can skip if you're already mid-migration. Let's get into that. Mindset shift. So before we touch a single Shopify setting, we need to talk about the silent killer of Amazon migrations. So most sellers don't fail because their product is bad. They fail because they try to run a Shopify store just like an Amazon listing. So number 1, traffic won't come automatically. Amazon is a crowded mall, so Shopify is a boutique in the middle of nowhere. On Amazon, customers arrive with their credit cards out, and in Shopify, you have zero visibility unless you actually build it. So you're not just a seller anymore, you're a marketer. Number 2, you need to be solution first. So Amazon sellers ask, what product can I rank for? And on Shopify, brands typically ask, what problem am I solving and from whom? If you cannot explain why someone should buy from your site and from your brand instead of clicking buy now on Amazon, your store is switchable. And switchable stores only compete on price. So number 3, you need to focus on repeat customers. So chasing the first sale at any cost is dangerous. The real profit lies in the lifetime value. So your goal isn't one sale, it is your own audience where the second, third, the fourth sales cost you nothing in ad spend. And number 4 is revenue is not profit. So on Shopify, you have to account for ad spend, for refunds, for chargebacks, for fulfillment. So high revenue without high margins isn't growth. You need to think about it as risk. Now let's talk about numbers. The mistake that kills 90% of migrations is starting with the design. So a beautiful store that loses money in every click is just an expensive hobby. So master the math first. So unit economics. On Shopify, there's a new boss, CAC, which is customer acquisition cost. So if it costs you $30 in ads to sell a $40 product with a $15 margin, you're losing $15 on every single sale. So scale it up, and you're not building a business, you're actually funding somebody else's business. So you need to know your average order value, you need to know your gross margin before even spending a dime on development. Let's talk about budget for acquisition. So paid ads, creative testing, and content production are not launch costs. They are core operating expenses. So app subscription aren't what kills the Shopify store. So the real killers are low conversion rates, weak retention, and slow shipping. So you need to validate your business model before you're trying to scale it. Let's talk about brand foundations. So on Amazon, the platform carries all the trust. On Shopify, you're on your own, as we said. So brand identity. Without it, your store is switchable. Your point of view needs to run through your copy, your visual, and your offers. So if you're selling to everyone, you're selling literally to no one. Your About Us page. On Shopify, this is often one of the most visited pages. People don't buy products here, they buy from people they trust. So this page replaces the Amazon guarantee in the customer's mind. So don't treat it like a chore. Visuals. So forget white backgrounds and spec lists. So you need a lifestyle photo, a consistent color palette, and typography that tells a story. So your visuals should create an atmosphere, not just like a document or a product. Let's talk about website build. On Amazon, they control the layout, trust signals, and checkout. On Shopify, this is all on you. So conversion focused structure, too many choices create decision paralysis. So visitors should know within 5 seconds what you sell, who is it for, and where to click to buy it. So lead them by hand to the checkout process. So the platform won't really do it for you. You need to do it on your own. Be mobile first. Most of your traffic will come from mobile. So if buttons are too small, descriptions are too long, or pop-up screens are blocking the screen, you're losing money. Be sure of that. So mobile is the primary version of your store. This is not an afterthought. Speed. Heavy images and too many apps will slow your store. It will kill conversions. It will make your ads just much more expensive. So you need to audit your speed before you invest in scalability. SEO from day one. I'll do SEO later means never. So clean URLs, proper heading tags, optimize collection pages. So you need to build this now, or you'll be 100% dependent on paid ads forever. Let's talk about logistics. On Amazon, the Prime badge erases every shipping anxiety. On Shopify, this shield is gone, so customers are really wondering, is this a scam? How long will this take? Can I return it? So you need to answer these questions before the checkout, or you already lost the sale. You need to communicate shipping clearly. You don't need to match Prime's 2-day speed or 1-day speed. So you need expectation management. So show delivery windows, processing times, and tracking details need to be on the product page as well. So vague promises will break trust and will create abandoned carts. Return policy is also a trust signal. So your return policy is how your customers evaluate the risk of buying from you. So write it in plain English, make it easy to find, and remove friction. So when customers feel protected, they will actually buy. So when your policy feels defensive, they will go back to Amazon or any other competitor. Now we're getting to section number 6, go to market. So you build the store, the math works, the brand looks great. Now, the part where most Amazon sellers freeze is actually getting traffic. So you need to master one channel first. So you need to pick Meta or Google Ads and master it before you think about anything else. So segmented audiences, creative that reflects your brand, messaging that sells the solution. Find what sticks and then expand on top of that. So track real metrics. Raw sales are vanity metrics. You need to obsess over CAC and LTV. So if revenue is high but CAC is higher, you're losing money on every sale. You need to build your own audience. This is Shopify's single biggest advantage. You own the data and you own the communication channel with the customer. So every email you capture as an asset. So from day one, welcome sequence, abandoned cart reminders, post-purchase flow. So email won't replace paid acquisition, but it dramatically improves what each new customer is worth to you long-term. Next section, number 7, is social media. So most customers will check your Instagram or TikTok before they hit buy. An empty profile signals your business might be dead. Be present on the most common 4: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So the right mix might depend on your products and audience, but these are the most common ones. So Instagram and TikTok are discovery engines. Facebook is for community and targeted ads. YouTube builds trust through long-form content. So if you can do that, definitely invest time. Organic and paid work together. So behind the scenes, content, product demos, and customer stories warm up the audience. And paid ads drives the conversion. So when these work together, you stop being a random ad and start being a brand people recognize. So communicate. Reply to comments, answer DMs. So answering the questions in the comments most often resolves an objection that was blocking a sale. And a community is far more valuable than a one-time buyer on Amazon. Let's talk about retention. And this is where your business stops being a stressful treadmill and starts becoming predictable. So you need to use your data. Don't treat every customer the same. Shopify gives you purchase history, frequency, and order value, so use it. A first-time buyer shouldn't get the same email as somebody who bought 5 times. So match your messages to their behavior, and repeat purchase rate climbs without an extra dollar spent. Newsletters with real value. If you only email your list to offer 20% off, you're training customers to never buy at full price. So share product tips, founder insights, or customer stories. So you need to stay top of mind so you're the first brand they think of when they're ready to buy. You need to have content for every stage, like discovery content brings them in. Trust content, like reviews, deep dives, and question answers, is there to increase the trustability, and recall content keeps you in their world after the sale. So retention is just disciplined communication, and it is backed by data you finally own. And the last one is the Amazon question. So here's where most of the people get it completely wrong. They think moving to Shopify means leaving Amazon behind, and it doesn't. The goal isn't to escape Amazon, it is to stop being dependent only on Amazon and start treating it as a partner. So keep selling on Amazon. Shopify is your brand, and it's your headquarters. So Amazon is a high intent cash flow machine. So let Amazon fund your Shopify experimentation. So with ads, email testing, and content. One channel gives you stability, the other builds your long-term assets. Use social proof. You spent years building a reputation on Amazon. So you can pull these verified reviews and customer photos onto your Shopify product pages. But be aware of Amazon terms of service. They restrict directly republishing their reviews. Another approach is to use one of the Shopify apps to actually independently collect reviews and post-purchase emails. A brand new store feels risky to a stranger, and thousands of verified ratings instantly bridge the trust gap. So you're telling your customer, we're not new, only this channel is. To recap, this was your roadmap from mindset to managing 2 platforms at once. The full checklist is on a blog post on ByteOut, link at the top of the description. And now tell me in the comments, when are we starting Shopify?